It is New Year's Eve, and I thought right now would be a great time to take a look back on resolutions or the list of things that I was hoping to accomplish for 2023. And I went back and I looked at the video that I posted of all of the things that I wanted to do this year. Boy howdy, I did not get anything done. Just to kind of recap, a couple of things that I was talking about that I wanted to accomplish were things like learning how to do the splits, be able to climb a rope by myself, post regularly, only post projects when they are done well as opposed to just because I want to get them out at a certain time, redecorate, clean, read a book a month. These are things that I had on the list for this last 364 or whatever days, and I got very few of them accomplished. I went back and a lot of the lists I had I couldn't find during the middle of this year, so I was coasting blind, I suppose. This guy, very excited, and I did use it for a while, and then I couldn't find it. So I just counted, and I have about 47 pages. Each page is a week. I'm gonna go ahead and use this instead of buying a new one. I know last year I was complaining about how it starts on Mondays. I'm still not happy about that, but since this year starts on a Monday, I hope that will, I don't know, give me better feelings about Mondays. Going back over previous lists of things that you want to accomplish is always interesting. Sometimes it's disheartening, sometimes it is eye-opening. Sometimes it's just like, why did I have so many stupid things on my list? I don't know. I had 8 courses that I wanted to complete, and I completed 2. Yeah. Basically, I haven't gotten much done this year, but I'm hoping to change that moving into 2024. I have a couple of things planned, but I wanted to keep this specific video kind of short and simple as anything goes, really. The next video I should be putting out will be kind of my expectations for the year. I did read a book a month. I consumed a book a month. It was actually, I think it ended up being 2 books when you kind of lay it out like that. I don't know, I might talk about that in a different video. I read, what books? Why didn't I write this all down? The list of books that I read last year. Consumed. The list of books that I consumed last year. It's not really in any particular order. It turns out, if I count all of the books that I consumed, not including the ones that I didn't finish, what DNF did not finish, then I read a total, I think, again, I'm probably missing one, but I think 27 books. So that breaks down to about 2 a month, which, yay! I read A Court of Thorns and Roses, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books. If you want a series where I break down the books that I read, or that I am reading, or whatever, I can do that, but not unless you want it. Because sometimes I have controversial opinions, other times I have the exact opinion of everyone else. I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. The Raven Cycle, which I didn't know was a thing until someone suggested it, and I'm like, ooh, that's a cool cover. What's it about? And so that is 4 books, but I did also read Opal, which is like a extension of the series. I didn't like that. A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking, which was so much fun. Assistant to the Villain, which I got a lot of ads for on like Instagram Reels, but that it was really good. I'm upset that it ended where it did, and I'm also upset that the second one hasn't come out yet. Fire and Blood by George R. Martin. Shatter Me by Tahira Mafi. I didn't necessarily enjoy it. I read it because a YouTuber I watch said that she got a bunch of comments that suggested that book, and then she went out like immediately and bought the series, and she read it and she seemed to very much enjoy it. And then I'm like, oh well, let's see if it's at the library, and I put it on hold in the Libby app. That one and the second book, Unite Me. I did not enjoy it. But then I started listening to the second book, Unite Me, and I did not finish it. I couldn't. Then first three Percy Jackson books. So The Lightning Thief, The Titan's Curse, and there it is. I can't read my own handwriting. The Lightning Thief, The Sea of Monsters, and The Titan's Curse. And it wasn't until I think I was halfway through Titan's Curse that I heard that they were doing the TV series. And so I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. It was something that I didn't get into when I was younger, but my siblings did. And, you know, it was kind of a child what? But now I'm like, oh, I am so sorry. These are pretty good. The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. And that was interesting. I don't know what to call these. It's not even a novella, because I don't know. It was like a short story that's supposed to like tide you over before the next book. I don't think the next book's even out, but it's called The Lost Sisters, and it's from a different perspective, and it's like, I want to say on audiobook it is like hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. And I listened to it and I'm like, okay, that gives me perspective. But it doesn't make it any better. I finally listened to American Gods by Neil Gaiman. It was good. I shouldn't be so surprised, but it was really good. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was really good. How to Talk So Kids Will Listen, and Listen So Kids Will Talk. That was not what I was expecting. A lot of it seemed like common sense to me until like I got to the very end. Like there were some things that I hadn't thought of, but a lot of it seemed like common sense. And then I got to the end and it said something about being published in like 1980, and I'm like, oh, that makes a little bit more sense. The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning, and it's basically just it's a mix of self-help and memoir. A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett Sinclair. That was also a very interesting read. The Selection, which is another kind of YA new adult kind of book that I'm sure I would have loved in high school. But like a lot of series that I listen to on the app, I will go ahead and place a hold on the next couple in the series, just in case if I get really into it, so that I don't have to wait for 12 weeks for the next book to come out, you know, for the next book to be available for me to listen to. Put a hold on the next book called The Elite, and I tried. I didn't try very hard, but I tried. I listened to maybe an hour. I didn't finish Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. She's the one who did the Raven Cycle. So I got about halfway through that one. I want to say, Oh, I don't even know because I was listening to it. And I got several chapters in. And I was like, no. Now that I'm thinking about it, I might have finished it. I don't know. I was not having a good time with that one, so I don't remember a lot. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, which is one that has been on my periphery for quite some time, and I finally was like, sure, why not? Everything is Fucked, a book about hope, which I'm like, oh, well, you know what? It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad book to read. So that's what I read in 2023. It was a total of 27 books. Total of 27 books, 3 books that were on the DNF list. All things considered, I have not accomplished much, but I hope to accomplish more, and I wish everyone a happy new year.